What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Hope you're all doing well today. As you can see, we are playing the original MXGP game. Why I'm doing this, don't really know. I was watching the MXGP at Latvia the other day at Keegan's, and it just really got me thinking about this game and just all the wonky things back in the day, like racing online on Keegan's, getting to miss every single tabletop in that one long straight at the back of the track. And it's actually the 10-year anniversary of this game, only like 2 months ago. It came out around May 2014. So I thought, we'll load it up, see how it goes, and see how the game holds up, really. I mean, graphics-wise, not amazing. But yeah, without further ado, let's see how this goes.
For all of you passionate gamers, you can now get 20% off all G Fuel products worldwide by using code LINS at checkout. And for any of you motorheads looking for some new drip or apparel, use code MXPR_LINS15 fxrracing.eu to get 15% off. All links and codes are in the description down below. Enjoy the video and drop a cheeky little like and subscribe.
Holy Christ, this is a throwback of names. Oh my god. Oh, Jesus Christ. This is there's a little bit of a trip down memory lane these days. I'm not going to lie, boys. Let's just rock Tommy, being from the UK. We may as well. I thought that said... I thought that was Sriracha the hot sauce for a second. Jesus Christ. Where do we want to go? Let's go to the lovely hills of Erne, because for some reason I always really like French tracks on any game. What have we got for riding assists on this game? Physics base, medium, pro... at the pro level, Black Rex more realistic, fashion recommended for expert. Yeah, I'm an expert player, sure. I definitely haven't, you know, not played the game for God knows how long. Start race. I apologise if the layout on your screen right now looks a little weird. The maximum this game can go to is 1080, and I play in my screen, everything's in 2K. So looking at my recording, it's got the footage is at the top left, my face is at the top right, and the controls at the bottom left. So I might have to do some messing around and clipping around to see how things goes. And also, before we get into this,
you can follow the progress of the session on the monitor.
Don't care. I will have to advise, if you want to stick around to the very end of this video, there is a chance that there might be some new outro music, courtesy of Mr. Mouse, the creator of Mouse Moto Park. Check it out. I think it's disgustingly cool. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. Right, so what's all this about then? We've got just left and right on the left stick as usual. Accelerate on the right. It looks like he sits down automatically in the corners. We've got a brake on the left. We've got a rear brake on X, I think. And our brakes are separate today, so we kind of have to use both of them. What's clutch? So we can automatically shift up and down ourselves. What is the clutch button? No. No. I don't know what clutch is. No idea. Anyway, we can also, yeah, lean left and right with the body on the right stick and see how this goes. This feels a lot more simple than I'm used to. I don't know why. It's not as floaty as like the MX... oh, I was about to say MXGP. We are playing MXGP. Not as floaty as like the Monster Energy Supercross games. It feels a lot more normal than that. I need to try and remember how the old scrubbing works, because obviously on like FIM Mud, for example, way back in the day, it was just one button that you press. I think this game is counter on the sticks. Oh no. That... Oh? It did ask me if I wanted to do the tutorial, and I said no, which I feel kind of stupid for now. No, it looks like you can whip. You just crank both sticks over in the same direction. Also, I don't know if anyone ever goes back and revisits these games, but what's happened is no matter what I tried to do to launch a game, it wouldn't launch for me. The only thing that I could find a solution for was to disconnect my internet completely, both Ethernet and Wi-Fi, and then the game would launch. Otherwise, it gave me some sort of object pop-up error as soon as it tried loading. It wouldn't even roll the, like the, not credits, you know, the splash screen and things like that. So, yeah, no playing online on this game, unfortunately, which I believe is an issue I had on some of the other older ones. And then also having to run a external program called DS4, which basically makes my computer think my PlayStation controller is an Xbox controller. Otherwise, it wouldn't recognise my inputs at all. So, there you go. That is, that's the story so far. Let's see, have we got to wait outside or inside? A little bit of both. Looks like inside initially to get the bike cranked over. actually a lot more sensitive than I thought. I imagine because I'm on Pro, it's probably a little bit more twitchy. Jesus Christ. I apologise if I have to, like, stop my words here and there. I woke up this morning with some of the worst acid reflux I've ever had in my entire life. I know what the culprit is, so if you want a little fun time with Lynn's, we had my girlfriend's parents come and visit the new place yesterday. Very, very nice time. Everything all went smoothly. We had dinner, so on and so forth. And at the end of the night, we thought, you know what, we had dinner a little bit early. Do you want to be a bit naughty? We'll go on Just Eat. And we ordered some desserts, which was to the extent of, I think I had a waffle and some ice cream, and she had a cheesecake and some ice cream. What happened was, on Just Eat, if you're unfamiliar, if you use like Uber Eats or whatever, I'll explain to you the law of Just Eat real quick. It kind of goes of order confirmed, driver assigned, drivers at the restaurant, drivers on their way. So we ordered it, all happy, all dandy. About 20 minutes later, a driver was assigned, meaning that someone, and one of the drivers in the area has pressed the button, say, you know what, I'll accept this order, I'll fulfill it. And then for the next hour, it proceeded to stay on driver assigned, and every 5 minutes or so, just pushed the delivery time back further and further and further. And it then got to the point where the restaurant themselves called up, saying, have we got our food, or what's Just Eat saying on our end, because on their system, it's doing the same thing. So some rather lovely person working for Just Eat decided to accept the order and then never do anything else further with it. So he was waiting for ages. So ordered it again, and I then went to collect it myself this time to stop being a lazy so-and-so and actually go and get it to make sure we have it. And not only did they give us our original order, they also gave us the first order as well. So we had quite a large abundance of ice cream last night, and I think that it's literally finished me. Like, I don't know, I'm going to Google some things so we can help with acid reflux I can eat or drink. Jesus Christ, I've not had it this bad in years and years and years. So, note to self, you can have too much of a good thing, and there's still more left over. There's still some in the fridge and the freezer. So I probably won't be able to help myself. I'll probably have the rest of it anyway. But on the good side of things, in terms of like gym and dieting and all that good stuff, I am now 9 pounds down now after about 5 weeks, which definitely isn't as quick as times I've done it in the past, but I feel it's a lot more sustainable this time with how I'm going about it. So I'm a very, very happy man. And already, like, some of my pants, for example, they are fitting so much better than they would literally a couple of weeks ago. So big dubskis all the round. I'm really surprised how easy this game has been to just pick up and play straight away. I expected a little bit more of a learning curve. Now, obviously, don't get me wrong, I'm probably very, very slow in comparison to other people that are playing this right now, but I'm aware I've probably done a video on this game at some point in the past, unless I couldn't get it working like I couldn't do today. And I've played a lot of MXGP games for the channel. I've played a lot of Monster Energy Supercross games for the channel, maybe all of them, just to go through them at least once or twice. And I feel like gameplay-wise, this is one of the more fun ones I think I've actually played. Now, I'm obviously missing quite a lot when it comes to the mechanics, like the real quickest way around the track. I imagine there's probably better ways of scrubbing, etc., and getting around corners quicker, whether it's like clutch boosting, if that's a thing, or just being really smooth, or if like drifting perfectly is the fastest way around. I have no idea. Obviously, on some of the games, you'd kind of counter steer to do like a little scrub in the corner, and then that would get you cranked over far enough to then rail the rest of it, and that was a very precise technique, which I'm not even going to be trying or learning today, if it exists in this game. Just thought it'd be a little bit of a nice difference. You know, I scrolled through MXB mods this morning, didn't really see much that caught my eye. Went on the shop, no new release in the last day or so. So yeah, it was kind of the next best thing. Track Day R's been a bit quiet for the last like month and a weekish was their last major update. So I'm just waiting to see any changes on that end. And I mean, I could have done Sim at some point, but unfortunately, because my sleep pattern's been a little bit of an L for the last couple of days, I did wake up at midday today, and my current upload schedule is, I think, 4 o'clock my time per video to be done for people. Seems to work fairly well in general. The Americans get to see things as soon as they wake up. People from Europe get to do it, see it when they get like home from work or school, whatever it is that they may do, and then I have no idea what the time is across the rest of the world, but hopefully it doesn't work too bad for them guys either. So I thought, you know what, I need to get something that's a little bit like easy access, a little bit quicker to put together. So that is why you are seeing this game here today. And actually, to be fair, thrown back, it's actually quite fun getting to ride as Tommy right now, because I even went and watched, there's an old documentary of when Team Great Britain got, I think they got 3rd overall at Matterley at Nations, where that was the year that Max Anstey was literally untouchable when he went 1-1 for us. And yeah, that brought the smallest sense of patriotism that you could ever have for me. Outside of motocross, I really don't support. To be fair, motocross and football/soccer, depending on where you are in the world, you'll call it different things, are the only 2 sports really that I do follow for the Great Britain/English side of things. I remember on this game actually that when you'd throw a whip, like as soon as you take off, if you was to try and scrub/whip at the very beginning, you'd do the whip and it would come back round, but then you'd just start nosediving more and more and more and more and more until you land. And there were some jumps that were so big, if you did do too much of a big one, you'd almost go straight over the bars. Now, there's no like reflex indicators or anything like that on this game, I don't believe, so you just get a little bit risky, a little bit wonky. Other than that, it seems really straightforward, and I'm quite sad that I can't play this game whilst connected to the internet anymore. I doubt that there's any sort of servers that exist anymore, but could you imagine throwing up like a live stream and getting a bunch of people in a server to kind of relive back in the day? That would be very, very cool, at least in my opinion. And I think back when this game came out, so yeah, it came out in 2014, I would have still been a console gamer back then. I definitely would have had this game on console, because I think I bought MX Simulator January 2015, because it was my birthday, and I bought the game for my birthday, I remember. And I'm pretty sure 2015 was my first MX Simulator year, so I would have had the PC probably around Christmas time, so December-ish, and then bought the game in the following month. So yeah, I suppose this was my last console motocross game, which is that's a long time ago. Jesus Christ, I didn't realise I've been playing PC for like 10 years or so now. Okay, that makes me feel very, very old. So there's not much that I can do. Obviously, if I click on multiplayer, network cable's been unplugged, of course, because I'm not able to play online at all. Same with, I was just in time attack mode, but when I load up time attack, I can't then compete against other people or like previous bests or anything like that, because it's not connected to the internet. In career, I'm probably going to get a bunch of Japanese and spiel now. Yeah, I hear you, Gianluca. So this was back when, shut up, stop talking to me. Honda Garibaldi was a very, very good team. Part of me feels like they wouldn't just rock up and select some newbie on the block. But yeah, they had this whole scheme of you'd join a team, you'd do a couple of races, you'd get different offers and kind of go up to the biggest and the best team. And I think the team performance helped how good the bike was over time. It won't let me escape this menu, which is really annoying, so I am going to join Garibaldi Honda. Okay, don't care, stop yapping to me. I do quite like this overall concept of a room. I'm not sure what we're in right now, like sort of building wise, but I don't imagine the riders really have offices like this. And I feel like they're trying to give the vibe of this is the hub that the rider chooses everything. Like we've got the weights over there and the PC, but I don't think is that a thing? I don't think the riders would have setups like this at all. I mean, I see my tiny little number 35 on my bike over there. And yeah, one thing that was always severely lacking in these games, if I remember, was how poor the font choices and positioning was of like names and numbers. And even still to this day, unlike the MESX games, you've got an okay amount of customization options, but it's still lacking quite a lot, I think, in terms of numbers of fonts that you can choose. You can move stuff around these days as well, to be fair, to be a little bit different. I'm pretty sure you can make numbers far, far bigger than your number plates anyway. But there's that. In terms of instant racing, what we got, race options. Let's do a 3-lapper. Let's make these as hard as possible and see if I get my butthole handed to me. Go to start race. I did not get to select my rider. Or track. That's on me. I apologise. I pressed X too quickly. What? Bastogne? Is that Belgium? I don't remember this track at all. We are on the Yami, though. I don't know who I am. My MXGP knowledge is not good enough to remember who number 34 was back in 2014. So I guess we're just rocking it. We're rocking, we're rolling. That mechanic there had a very, very interesting looking face. Where's the 15-second? Where's the the card girls? Where are they? There she. Oh my goodness. I generally think the one with the massive forehead on MXGP Reflex might look better than that. So when... Yeah, I don't know what to do gear-wise. Go, go, go. I mean, it kept me in neutral until the gate dropped. Jeremy Van Horbeek, Kevin Strybos. Oh my, I have no idea who Pachinski is. I can't remember that as a name at all. Tanel Leok as well, rocking the TM. Oh, doing it for the Estonians. You love to see it. I've got a soft heart for Tanel. I don't know why. Just a rider that I always really, really liked. Oh, Gautier Portland. Kyroli is trying to end me. Trying to end my career. Oh no, I do remember this track. So this should be a little double into a tight left. And then, I don't remember what comes after this, but I know it's a right-hander into like a long straight. We're going to miss out that inside. Oh, I can't turn. Turn, please. Okay, so I think there's an element as well of... So this shows... Oh, don't go for the boss, Ooh. You see what I mean about when you do a whip? Max Nagel. Holy schmoly. Again, that's not a name I've seen in a really long time. Oh, turn, please. Turn. I remember watching videos of Nagel when he was like first coming up through the ranks, and it was like, oh my god, this kid is rapid. And then big old jump here, yes, don't go for the bars again. Lovely. So there's an element in this game which shows I've been playing too much MX bikes. So on MX bikes, obviously, we try and keep perfect traction everywhere, which isn't a realistic way to ride a motorbike. You do steer with the back end quite a lot. And you do feel that on this. Like if I get on the throttle a bit harder and try and step the back end out, it does help me for the rest of the turn. Kenda Dyker up there as well. Come on, game. You haven't made him 10 foot tall in comparison to his bike. What's going on? Very, very poor. Very poor from Milestone. I used to love watching Ken ride. His bike literally looked like an 85. He's an absolute giant. All right, let's get round to the left here. Oh, struggling to turn a little bit. But good thing is, like I said in the intro about on a track like Keegham's, for example, where you can just ride around the jumps and cheat basically online back in the day. I guess you'd call it... Let's not say timing gates, but like the respawn stuff and how strict they are with the track limits, they weren't really strict at all. You could go off track quite a fair bit around these parts, and I'm very, very surprised that I've just slapped this on realistic difficulty after playing the game for 10 minutes, and we're in P2 keeping up with P number 1. Definitely a bit of an easy one, not going to lie. Maybe a little bit too easy, if you ask me. Let's try a little double to the inside. Oh, that's a bit techy. Oh, the bike kind of stood itself up right then on the exit. But, I mean, quality-wise, the more I'm playing it, the less you notice the jankiness. You kind of get zoned in. And I maxed out all of my settings for this. As high as it would go was 1080p. It has 120 Hz refresh rate as the max as well. I turned anti-aliasing on, but it's got a cap of 4 times anti-aliasing. And other than that, it's got like, you know, bloom and all that good stuff. That was selected as default anyway, which I'm not really noticing too much. I'm not seeing much in the way of like sun rays, lens flares, whatever. But it doesn't look terrible. It doesn't. The on-track looks a little bit mushy, and I don't believe that Erode does anything to affect your riding on this game either, unless I'm poorly mistaken, and I just haven't played enough yet. But no, it handles pretty well. Genuinely, you're going to hate me for saying this, because I do have a lot of recent MXSATV slander on the channel, but again, it is just personal preference. This feels more fun to me than Legends does currently, because I do feel attached to the ground. I feel like I am on dirt. I don't feel like I'm floating above the ground, just very disconnected from it. It's such a hard thing to explain, but if you've played both, you'll kind of you get what I mean. I always feel like on Legends, you're just in this, but let's say you're in space really. You take everything away, take all the track and objects away, and you've just got a rider floating in space, and then slap the track underneath you, but it's not actually there, it's just like a visual thing. That's how it feels. It feels like you're riding on nothing and you're just floating around from corner to corner, with wheels being very, very detached from the ground. This feels like I'm on the ground. Like I'm getting little vibrations going through the controller on the rough stuff. The bike is kind of fighting me here and there, depending on what part of the track I'm hitting. And, I mean, whips-wise, could be improved. I'm not a fan of almost going over the bars every time I do a whip, because the game doesn't give you a way of really bringing it back. No matter how much you lean back or try and get on the throttle, it doesn't really like it too much. But this isn't bad. But, you know, 10 years old, it's not too shabby. But the sad thing is, I don't know if recent games have improved or got worse than this, is the issue. You'd think they'd take like a really, really good base and just keep improving upon it. What's third? Oh, God. I imagine there's mods for first person, but that is a little bit sketchy for me. Not a big fan of that. We're going to go straight back into third. And there's only the 2 cameras. You have just got third or first. There's no like in-betweens. You've not got like a chest or goggle cam like you do in some of the more recent games. But I'm not going to take that away from it. It's not like free roam or anything. What I'm going to do for a thumbnail, I've got no idea. I think I'm just going to go on Google and try and see what pictures other people have taken, because I have a feeling that my thumbnail ability will be very, very poor around here. So that was a little bit of a boring race. Myself and Dodika really did pull away from everybody else. Maybe the realistic aspect is just that there's 2 fast riders and everybody else sucks. Who knows? There you go. The Belgians going 1 or 2. I don't actually... Is that by design? That the Belgians would do well at the Belgian track? I forgot how many Belgians were in MXGP back in the day. Holy moly. I wonder if I was to go to another track, let's say we go to Matley, I wonder if Tommy would be right at the top as well. Who knows? But yeah, I think that'll probably wrap it up for me today. I hope you have enjoyed, and let me know if there's any other weird old games you'd like me to see to play at any point. I'm more than open to some suggestions. And I hope you enjoy the outro music. I've got no idea which way I'm going to cut this or where it's going to drop and cut in. But thank you for watching. Like if you enjoyed, subscribe to the channel if you're new, all that lovely stuff. Have a lovely rest of the day, whatever you're up to, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Peace.
Lynn's in the zone, never backing down. Riding MX bikes, he's the talk of the town. 2022 champ with the YouTube crown. His game is tight, no signs of slowing down. Late nights, bright lights, he's chasing that fame in the digital arena. Writing his name, she's a 10 out of 10. Supporting his lane, hairline might receive, but his passion's the same.